Welcome to NXT.
The following is a Divas Tag Team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from San Jose, California, Bayley.
Kicking off the night with some NXT Divas Tag Team action. Tom Phillips here ringside with Alex Riley, and this should be a great one, Alex.
You know, Tom, it's been a week since we've been here, and I am always so excited to get it back here to the developmental system where dreams are made, man.
And her partner, from Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte.
The daughter of Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, now teaming up with the diva that she made her debut against. Bayley had volunteered. She was so smitten by the Nature Boy, she said, hey, I will fight your daughter. And they have developed quite a respect for each other, quite a friendship in the last month and a half, working hard and honing their craft at the WWE Performance Center.
And their opponents, introducing first, from Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Alicia Fox.
You know, I'm always so impressed with Alicia Fox. She reminds me of Jackie Joyner-Kersee, who is an Olympic sprinter for the United States, and she's built just like that. The things that she's capable of in the ring, Tom, are remarkable.
Former WWE Divas champion she is.
And her partner, from LA2, Lithuania, Oksana.
Oksana, a former fitness model and champion bodybuilder. This is quite the pairing, Alex. I mean, these are two divas who have seen it all and been through it for quite some years on the main roster with the best of the best in the WWE Divas division.
Yeah, and both of these divas started at NXT. I started with Alicia Fox, actually, around the same time, and then Oksana came in, I think, about 2 or 3 years later. But yeah, Oksana, no stranger to competition. First at the Arnold Classic in figure, and I can tell you, from the small amount of bodybuilding experience I had, that is such a hard thing to do, is dial all that stuff in.
Incredible athletes within the Divas division. It was Bayley who actually fell to Alicia Fox a couple of months ago during the NXT Women's Championship Tournament. So we'll see if she can enact a little bit of revenge here tonight.
And if Bayley remains starstruck here in the WWE, she does not have a chance of winning this match. She needs to get over that as quickly as possible.
Or is Oksana going for a hug? This is oh, Bayley's got to be just to the moon.
Don't fall for it.
Oh! And Oksana suckered her in. And that was exactly how Bayley started her matchup against Alicia Fox. Went for a hug, and, well, I've got to imagine Alicia probably shared that with Oksana.
And I'm not going to say that it didn't happen to me, right? It happens to all of us. I remember the first time I got to the Raw roster, and I was in the locker room with Triple H and The Undertaker, and a thought came over me of like...
Oksana looking for the cover, hook to the leg, and Bayley at 2.
It was like, how did I get here, Tom? You know, it was such a surreal moment, but I learned very quickly that I had to drop that attitude.
Another cover right here, and Bayley escapes again.
And believe I was better than anybody that I was in the ring with, no matter what.
Bayley, we've seen over weeks and weeks, tag made. Bayley, we've seen for weeks and weeks, has just been absolutely starstruck by the other divas and superstars. Cover, and Bayley escapes.
Yeah, and she has a lot of potential here, a lot of athletic ability, and she'll get over that here pretty soon, but it's got to happen.
Alicia Fox, as you mentioned, so athletically gifted, the long arms and legs, former WWE Divas champion. Ooh, bridging into the cover here. Bayley once again gets the shoulders up.
Great delivery of a Northern Lights suplex right there. And I think if you ever went to a track practice at a major college and you saw the women's track team, they would look a lot like Alicia Fox.
Another tag made, Oksana into this matchup. Bayley has not had any breathing room in this matchup to get to her partner, Charlotte. Another tag made, Alicia back into this matchup.
Yeah, and they don't team up
and
a
another
lot together.
tag.
Yeah, a lot together, but they look great tonight as a tag team, Oksana and Alicia Fox.
What do you make of the quick tags here? I mean, completely cut off.
I think that's exactly what you have to do in a tag match. I mean, I used to tag with The Miz and a lot, and that's what we did. We worked very well together, so that's a huge advantage in this type of match.
Of course, Charlotte, the daughter of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, hasn't had any opportunity to get into this matchup. Meanwhile, Bayley, who's a relative newcomer here to NXT, has been left to be tended to by the wolves, it seems like, with Oksana and Alicia all over it.
Yeah, and she's shown a little bit of inexperience because I think she's still starstruck. If she could just get over that and get to this tag, they got a shot at winning this thing. Can't be afraid just because they're on the Raw roster.
If you're just joining us, a great main event tonight. Sami Zayn will go one-on-one with the Real American, a former world champion, Jack Swagger. That's going to be a good one.
We the people, I can't wait to see this match after 2 weeks ago seeing Sami Zayn in action.
Sami Zayn, some strong words last week. Bayley, oh, she got her hug in. Wait a minute, oh, belly to belly, how about that?
The hugplex. Whatever it was, it worked. She's got to get to this tag.
Oksana reaching, makes the tag to Alicia. Can Bayley get to Charlotte? Yes, she does. Charlotte, whoa, look at that. Ooh. Charlotte in a bad spot here with Alicia. Whoa, look at the ability.
Great athletic ability.
Alicia in a bad spot here now with Charlotte. Oh. May turn the tables. Oh! Wait, Charlotte flipped out of that.
A great counter.
Charlotte looking for the cover on the former Divas champ, and no good.
You know what? This would be a huge victory for the daughter of Ric Flair to come in here and beat Alicia Fox and Oksana in a tag team match. Fantastic for her confidence.
Charlotte in control here. Bayley tags herself in.
A little bit of an argument.
Charlotte was a little confused there, but Bayley into this matchup nonetheless with Alicia. Oksana knocked outside the ring. Bayley,
quick one.
Bayley's got the cover, shoulders are down.
Bayley, she got it.
Good for her. Bayley and Charlotte.
It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Bayley picking up a huge win for her and Charlotte, and Charlotte may not have seen that tag, but I don't think she quite cares. A win's a win.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there, but irregardless, they pulled it off.
Huge victory over a former Divas champion in Alicia Fox and Oksana.
Well, I think it was a great effort by Bayley. She's a little starstruck, but I see her every time I come down here and come down to the Performance Center and train in that weight room. I see her kind of getting over it week after week, just a little bit. A couple more weeks, she's going to be ready to go. She's a tremendous competitor here at NXT.
Bayley and Charlotte coming up with a huge victory here on NXT.
You got it, not here.
I know you're
telling me.
Okay?
I know, but this is me.
Alexander Rusev, how are you?
Не ти искам приятелството.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, guys, so listen. Tonight is about getting revenge on Mason Ryan. Because he embarrassed you, Scott.
Yeah, I know.
He treated you like trash.
I remember.
Just like Dolph Ziggler did to you. So I will guide. So that next time you have a big match, just like tonight, someone will have your back.
Yeah.
So, Rusev, what are you gonna do to Mason Ryan? Oh, now that's what I'm talking about. Hey, you win, we make the money, and then we go to Sizzler.
Sizzler?
Sizzler!
That's my favorite.
Oh, you win!
I
the money is coming.
After the attack last week from a Real American, the Canadian sensation Sami Zayn looks to retaliate as he takes on Jack Swagger with Zeb Coulter at ringside. That's coming up in our main event tonight on NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Connor O'Brien, weighing 210 pounds, representing the Ascension, Rick Victor.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was last week that Rick Victor made a challenge to Corey Graves for the NXT Tag Team titles, which was immediately followed by a blindsided attack from Conor O'Brien. They even attacked him with parts of the set. The Ascension have made their intentions very clear, especially after the match between Adrian Neville and Conor O'Brien.
Ascension has declared they will be, Tom, the next NXT Tag Team Champions.
And his opponent, accompanied to the ring by Adrian Neville, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 209 pounds, he is one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Corey Graves.
And you can see the fire in Corey Graves' eyes, that tape around his ribs coming from that attack from Conor O'Brien. As I mentioned, he took a big part of the set and he just tossed it down on the Corey Graves. Alex, you gotta wonder what kind of shape is Corey Graves in coming into this matchup with Rick Victor.
The doctors have cleared this guy, Corey Graves, but he has to be still hurting. I mean, I'm a WWE superstar. And when you take a blow like that to the ribs, you don't just get over it 2 weeks later. I mean, he's going to be feeling that thing for months, and I'm really impressed he's in the ring right now. He's either brave or stupid.
He's had 7 days to get over it. You can see Rick Victor there in the corner holding the title that rightly belongs to Corey Graves. They stole it off of his lifeless body in the backstage after they had attacked him, and this is a mission for Corey Graves to get back what is rightfully his. Whoa! Corey Graves wasting no time.
And I know how hard it is to get my hands on one of those titles, right? It has still eluded me in my career. So if there's anything that's going to motivate Corey Graves tonight, it's going to be Neville holding that title.
Graves ferocious to start this thing off. Holding nothing back, going right after Rick Victor. And this is a complete opposite of what we normally see from the Ascension. They normally come hot out of the gates in every one of their matches.
Yeah, you got to wonder, though, how long Graves is going to last early in this match with those ribs. He's still suffering from that rib injury.
Corey Graves not wasting a whole lot of motion, going right after Rick Victor. And here's a question I have for you right now, Alex. With Conor O'Brien outside the ring, he must be chomping at the bit to get in there to help out his tag team partner.
Yeah, and I can really talk to that fact, because I used to do that all the time with The Miz, and there is not more of a feeling of urgency that I didn't have than wanting to get in that ring.
Graves dominant so far in this matchup, and on the other side of the coin, well, here's a cover real quick and just a 1 count on Victor. On the other side of the coin, Adrian Neville outside the ring there cheering on Corey Graves.
Yeah, both of them have got to want to get into this match. I mean, if you're an NXT superstar here, that's what you do. That's your job. So you're sitting there chomping at the bit to get in.
Corey looking to set up a submission maneuver here early, but Rick Victor battling back. Corey Graves is somewhat of a submission specialist here down at NXT, and we've seen what he can do week after week. But Rick Victor, completely different type of animal. I mean, if Conor O'Brien is the bludgeon of the Ascension, he's the scalpel, very precise.
Yeah, and both of these guys on the outside, they know, they're smart guys. They know what's going to happen. Eventually, this is going to come to a head, and it's going to be a fantastic match for the tag team titles.
And again, attacking the injured ribs is Rick Victor. Great game plan coming into this matchup. And the question is, how long can those ribs? Are they broken? Are they bruised? Are they completely shattered? We have no idea.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I would be on top of those ribs with every strike that I made.
Rick Victor taking the upper hand here for just a moment.
A lot of heart in Corey Graves.
Graves, nice suplex right there. Graves with the cover, hook to the leg, and a 2 on Victor.
And then back to the ribs. You can see they're obviously still bothering him. If you look closely in that last tag, he had to hook the near leg. He could not reach the far leg because of the injured ribs.
Corey Graves showing those tattooed knuckles stay down to Rick Victor. And you've got to imagine, as the NXT Tag Team Champions, they don't take too kindly to this blatant just saying, oh, we're the #1 contenders. Wow, ribs first in the crossbody, but he couldn't get the cover.
Playing a huge part in this match right now. Those ribs, again, he's got to find a way to overcome this. He's the one who chose to get in the ring.
And there's Rick Victor coming right back at those injured ribs, now stomping away on the innards of Corey Graves. Rick Victor has been relentless so far in this matchup. You see that evil eye, that emblem on his uniform there in the ring, and we're not quite sure what these two have in mind, but we just know there's evil intentions about the Ascension at all times.
Yeah, the all-seeing eye of Rick Victor, but he's not in the ring with a slouch. I mean, Corey Graves is a great matchup for him. He's got a wild side. He's like the Joker in the deck, could do anything at any time.
Graves, oh, Graves, nice counter. Graves looking to rally. Oh, ribs first into the ropes. Will Victor rise to the occasion and knock off one half of the tag team champions? We'll find out after this. Welcome back to NXT singles competition here. Rick Victor going up against one half of the NXT tag team champions, Corey Graves. But ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight, Sami Zayn will meet the former world champion Jack Swagger in our main event.
A lot of people may say that Rick Victor is taking advantage of Corey Graves, taking advantage of a weakness.
Well, there goes the tape.
But that's exactly what he has to do. Any in-ring competitor, if the guy got injured, that's the first thing you would do if you were a smart guy.
Now grinding away with the knee there into the gut of Corey Graves. I don't know how much good that tape could have done him, but there's no protection now.
Yeah, this does not look good for Corey Graves.
Rick Victor has really taken his time. There hasn't been a lot of wasted motion. He's really just been very methodical in his approach tonight.
And ribs are not like a knee or an ankle or an arm. If you bang your arm up or your leg up, it doesn't affect your ability to breathe. I mean, every time Victor hits him with one of these shots, he has a hard time breathing on top of immense pain.
Rick Victor seems to just be continuing to build steam as this match wears on. Oh! Right into his knees.
That's got to be it.
Hook to the leg, this might do it. Corey Graves stays alive. And now you've got to imagine the frustration on the mind of Rick Victor. He has pounded away, on the internal organs of Corey Graves.
You know, I'm not surprised, but I have not seen an effort out of Corey Graves like this yet. I'm still very new to coming back to NXT to do commentary, but he is showing a tremendous amount of heart here tonight and fight.
And that knee right in the back of Corey Graves still affecting those ribs with this submission maneuver.
Yeah, a little bit of a modified camel clutch. And really the perfect maneuver to put on him if his ribs are banged up.
Adrian Neville, the NXT Universe, trying to get behind one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. You can see Conor O'Brien leering in there.
That would upset me, man. If I'm sitting there and I'm in the ring and obviously your ribs are banged up and that doesn't help, but seeing that title and somebody else having the possession of it, that would throw me into another gear.
Rick Victor in another gear right now, just unbelievable. Ooh. Look at Rick Victor.
Desperation shots here.
Rick Victor, ooh, absolutely sadistic toying here. Victor with the cover here, Graves shoulders up.
Corey Graves has got to find something to inspire him to get a little bit of energy here to fight, to forget about the pain for a couple moments so he can get some momentum in this match.
Victor in complete control here, knee into the back of Corey Graves. Graves in the middle of the ring.
And this could help the WWE Universe getting behind Corey Graves here, and I can tell you again from experience, when you're hurt, you forget about it for a minute when the people get behind you.
Corey looks like he may be losing consciousness in the middle of the ring, just trying to reach out and claw his way to the ropes, but he hasn't made any progress.
Come on, Corey.
And that deep bend right there at the base of the ribs and spine. You can see what the knee is doing in there from Rick Victor. Oh. Rick Victor now looking for the cover. This one might do it, and Graves still in this matchup.
Corey Graves has beaten a lot of people with a submission maneuver called the Lucky 13. He beat me with it. So to put this on, he does not need a tremendous amount of energy, but he has got to find a way to get this thing locked in.
Victor was looking to close this thing up, but Corey Graves battling back.
Here we go.
Graves just finding something deep from within, trying to stay in this matchup, throwing anything he can think of at Rick Victor.
Having a hard time breathing still, it looks like, because of the ribs, but fighting it out. Here we go.
Graves looking to mount some offense right here. Ooh! Big clothesline from Corey Graves. Oh! The tables have turned. Corey Graves signaling he wants to take out that knee of Rick Victor. Whoa, Conor O'Brien. Conor O'Brien.
Watch Conor, watch Conor.
Whoa! Adrian Neville with authority. Whoa, look at the fly.
Protecting his partner. Oh!
Victor finds an opening. Victor, whoa! Corey Graves rolled him up, shoulders down.
That's
Graves
it.
has got it.
Oh my God!
Here's your winner, Corey Graves.
Top, great resilience, great heart by Corey Graves. Unbelievable fight. Haven't seen him in a lot of matches again. Still very new here, but what a fight from him after having those injured ribs for the last 7 days.
And Alex, who hit the nail right on the head, those injured ribs. That was the game plan all along from Rick Victor. But Corey Graves getting back the title that the Ascension stole from him last week. And let's take you back. Conor O'Brien was looking to come in and save the other half of the Ascension, but it was Adrian Neville, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, flying into the rescue.
And huge part of that match, allowing Corey Graves just the slightest opening to get a quick one on Rick Victor, rolling him up and getting the win. After taking a tremendous amount of punishment to those ribs.
Incredible bout here that may affect the future of the NXT Tag Team Championships. Coming up later, we'll see Sami Zayn one-on-one with Jack Swagger in our main event. But up next, Mason Ryan toe-to-toe with Alexander Rusev.
I hope you're sitting around thinking how you're going to become relevant next week.
Get away from me, Summer. You see, this match next week, it can be life-changing for me. And all you're trying to do is stir up trouble for no reason.
No reason. I have a reason. Sasha, this could be your biggest match of your life. This could actually make you relevant. Who is Paige? The anti-diva? What is an anti-diva? It means that she thinks she's too good to be a diva. It means that she thinks she's better than us, and she's not. Listen, if I were you, next week, I would give her the beatdown of her life. I know you have this inner rage. Unleash it. But I mean, that's just if I was you. 'Cause the true question here, dear little Sashi, is, do you know you have that inner rage? Think about it.
Rising NXT superstar Sami Zayn's quest for the NXT Championship comes to a halt as he takes on WWE superstar Jack Swagger. How will the Canadian sensation fare against a real American? We will find out tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest, the NXT Women's Champion, Paige. Now, Paige, next week you take on Sasha Banks. Now, this started off as a pretty normal match, but it seems to have taken a bit of a twist as Summer Rae has gotten into the head of Sasha Banks.
I don't know what Summer Rae's up to, but quite frankly, I don't care. But I do know is Sasha Banks is good. She's really good. But I'm the champ. And I'm the champion for a reason. And for some other reason, Summer Rae doesn't know what anti-diva means. Let me tell her what it means. It means I'm not here to be a cover girl. I'm here to cover girls in the middle of that ring and win. See, I'm gonna be the most dominant diva to ever walk through the WWE. I promise you that. So Sasha Banks needs to run back to Summer Rae and ask her what it's like to be in the ring with me. Because I'm a fighter. And I will give her the best fight of her life next week.
The following contest is scheduled for one.
Ladies and gentlemen, je m'appelle Sylvester Lefort.
Oh mon Dieu.
And alongside my protégé Scott Dawson, let me give to you the newest member in my money-making company of fighting légionnaires. J'ai nommé the Bulgarian brute, Alexander Rusev.
How greasy is Sylvester?
I don't think there's enough hair care products in the world to cover that man's head.
He's got to have 20 pounds on his head at least.
Well, let's talk about Alexander Rusev here, coming to the ring with his patented 2x4 with Mason Ryan's name on it. We saw 2 weeks ago a brilliant match where Alexander Rusev took Dolph Ziggler, our former world champion, to the limit.
Yeah, that was a fantastic match and a fantastic showing, and I love the message that he's sending. He's a young kid here at NXT, but he's coming out there with that piece of wood with Mason Ryan's name on it, and it says, I am not afraid of him or anybody else around here.
Alex, you and I saw that match. This is a man who weighs 300 pounds, and he attempted things that we haven't seen. Great splash off the top rope.
Sure, there's a lot of 300-pound guys that are not built like this. His traps, his shoulders, his chest, his upper legs, the weight is in all the right spots on this guy, and it allows him to be an incredible athlete and move very well.
Is he going to break Mason Ryan tonight?
And his opponent from Cardiff, Wales, weighing 291 pounds, Mason Ryan.
The Colossus of Cardiff, a man who himself prides himself on breaking other superstars.
Well, you had the breaking of the board with Mason Ryan's name on it, and then Mason comes out and says, I'm going to break you back in half. So this is going to be who can break who first.
Talk about two bulls ready to lock horns. Both men roughly 300 pounds. I mean, Mason Ryan has been described by NXT officials as perhaps the strongest man on the NXT roster. And there you see this unique fighting stance coming from Alexander Rusev. That's a Muay Thai influence mixed with a sumo background.
Sure, and you can throw wrestling technique out the window for this one. This is a power match.
I don't know which one of these two is going to get the upper hand. What is it going to take for either man to get an opening?
Sure, I can tell you that if I saw a guy that I was ready to lock up with and he had his hands up in the air, I'd be a little bit cautious of that man. It would be in my head a bit. So I've got to look for that out of Mason Ryan.
Like two steers locking up in the middle of the ring, just going after each other. And we heard Sylvester Lefort refer to him as the Bulgarian brute. Now his client, so to speak.
Yeah, I'd call them bulls, not steers.
And speaking with Sylvester Lefort backstage, he told me that the Bulgarian brute is looking to establish a 1,000-year legacy, and he's going to start that here at NXT. But first, he's got to get through Mason Ryan. Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
That's a great example of 300 pounds and athletic. And I was a football player at Boston College and played with a lot of pros.
Looking for the cover, Mason Ryan kicks out.
And this guy looks like a lot of defensive linemen that I played with. The weight is in the right places, and this kid can move.
The aggression, the rage just flowing out.
Look at him get up and down, Tom. He's so athletic, so quick off the mat.
Mason Ryan is rocked.
come on. Out of the corner, come on.
When was the last time we saw Mason Ryan get manhandled
I don't
like
think
this?
I've ever seen it. I mean, Mason is one of the hardest working guys I've ever met here at NXT. Puts the time in the weight room and is so strong, and this is impressive out of Rusev.
Big headbutts to the sternum there, taking the wind out of this monster in Mason Ryan. Whoa! Rusev looking for another cover. This might do it. Mason Ryan hangs in there.
They say speed and flexibility equals power, and Rusev has got a lot of speed and flexibility.
Mason Ryan, no rookie. He's been around the block. He's seen what it's like on Raw and SmackDown, now dominating so far here on NXT. But Alexander Rusev really testing him tonight.
Yeah, and me and Mason share the same story a little bit. I mean, we were both on Raw at the same time, had a decent run, and are now kind of fighting it out in the WWE. And Mason's down here on NXT, and I feel for him. He's got to fight. He's got to find a way to get a victory here tonight.
Head went off the steel ring post. And LaForte and Scott Dawson in the corner trying to cheer him back on, but this is the opening Mason Ryan might have.
Yeah, and Rusev with that explosiveness might have taken himself out of the game.
Agent, imagine taking a haymaker from either of these guys. Whoa!
Why do you think I'm sitting here with you?
Yeah. Mason building a little bit of steam here. Oh, into the corner against Rusev.
Could be a pivotal match in the career of Mason Ryan.
Ooh. Ryan. Oh, big boot to the face, rattling the jaw of Rusev. Now he's looking to break the Bulgarian in half. And here comes Scott Dawson. Oh!
You know what? The ref's got to get control of this. What is Scott Dawson even doing in the ring?
Dawson thought he might have created a little bit of a distraction. Oh, now here's Sylvester LaForte.
And now two guys?
Rusev, oh! Right into the gut of Mason.
You know, you can be big and strong, but getting 3-on-1, I mean, I don't know if anybody can stand
Rusev! Rusev with the legendary camel clutch! And Ryan taps!
That's amazing that he can even lock that in on a 290-pound guy.
Well, it looks like we got an impromptu handicap match here on NXT as Sylvester LaForte and Scott Dawson came to the aid of Alexander Rusev, and Mason Ryan just simply could not overcome the numbers game.
Yeah, you know, I can't tell you that I like Sylvester LaForte. He kind of annoys me, to be honest, but they did what they had to do to win the match. Let's take a look back. Here you go. Rusev with that amazing strength, power, and explosion, and then for him to be able to even lock this camel clutch on a 6'5", almost 300-pound man, I can't say that I'm not impressed.
Inhuman strength from the Bulgarian brute Alexander Rusev. Mason Ryan hung around as long as he could against 3 other opponents, but still Alexander Rusev too strong and comes up with the victory here on NXT.
Yeah, and in the last 3 weeks that I've been here, Alexander Rusev has been so impressive. He's got a bright future ahead of him, and with the two of these guys by his side, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, Woody. Yeah, Joa. Yeah, Wood. Yeah, Woody. Tata, Woody.
Zeb Coulter has taken exception to the Canadian sensation and has brought a real American, Jack Swagger, to the NXT arena to put a stop to the rise of Sami Zayn. We'll find out what happens in our main event coming up next.
Maxim wants me to shoot for them.
This Sunday.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 192 pounds, Sami Zayn.
Well, amidst all the bad blood that's been brewing here tonight on NXT, Sami Zayn ready for our main event. You saw what he could do in a 2 out of 3 falls matchup against Antonio Cesaro 2 weeks ago, and tonight he goes up against another real American in Jack Swagger.
And when you have Michael Cole saying that it's one of the greatest matches he's seen in a long time, that's saying a lot.
And his opponent, accompanied to the ring by Zeb Coulter, from Perry, Oklahoma, weighing 260 pounds, a real American, Jack Swagger.
Well, it was last week on NXT that Sami Zayn came down to discuss his 2 out of 3 falls match with Antonio Cesaro. In that discussion, Sami Zayn believed, hey, I'm maybe worthy of an NXT championship shot. Bo Dallas didn't necessarily agree with that and came down to discuss that with Sami Zayn. And immediately after that, Zeb Coulter decided to tell Sami Zayn that he was, quote, a border-jumping illegal. And adding insult to injury, it was Jack Swagger coming to the ring to do the dirty work of his founding father, assaulting Sami Zayn. Nonetheless, it was after Zeb Coulter's remarks that Jack Swagger came in and absolutely wiped out Sami Zayn. And thus we have this main event tonight on NXT, and Sami Zayn wasting no time.
I was so impressed with the interview with Sami Zayn. A lot of technical wrestlers, a lot of times don't have the interview skills. And when he came out there, he was so natural. He just got his point across and did a great job. Sky's the limit for Sami Zayn.
And the internet and the WWE Universe have been buzzing about his matchup with Antonio Cesaro that you and I both got to see, but here is the other half of the Real Americans, Jack Swagger, 6'7", 275 pounds. Sami Zayn chopping him down to size.
It's all about pace and momentum, and Sami Zayn has got to be quick and use his speed. That he has advantage of speed against Jack Swagger. He's got to use it.
Swagger, if he's able to slow this down against Sami Zayn, Zayn loves that high-tempo kind of offense. He will throw anything he can think of at you. And the only time we saw him slow down against Antonio Cesaro was when it came to the ground game. And now we'll see if Jack Swagger can come back here. But Sami Zayn hooked to the leg and almost put away the former world champion.
Got a 1 count on the former world champion.
Former ECW champion, Money in the Bank 2010 winner. Great counter by Sami Zayn. Swagger's accolades all day. It doesn't matter here on NXT. This is Sami Zayn's house.
Yeah, and that's the quickness and the agility and the speed that Sami Zayn has got to keep up throughout this entire match.
Look
and
out,
here we go.
Look out, Sami! Oh, wow. Whoa! Wow.
I mean, if you're Jack Swagger on the side of the ring and you see your opponent pull something like that off, and then the crowd gets behind him like that, you know you're in for a long night.
Is this a video game? Is this WWE 2K14? Are you kidding me?
Incredible potential.
Jack Swagger taking some time outside the ring, was conferring with his representative, Zeb Coulter, there for a minute. I don't know if the founding father can help him right now.
Yeah, I don't know. When you're in there with Sami Zayn, I don't know how much Zeb Coulter can tell you about what wrestling move to put on, but he can allow for some breathing room at least.
Swagger back into the ring. And Coulter again providing a distraction here. Sami was smart enough to see it earlier, catches it again. Swagger, oh, wow. The former Oklahoma Sooner coming in with authority.
When you don't focus, that's what happens.
Jack Swagger has found a little breathing room, a chance to turn the tide in his favor. Can Swagger close the door on Sami Zayn? Find out as our main event rolls on. Welcome back to NXT. You are looking inside our main event. Sami Zayn in a little bit of a dilemma right now, going up against the former world champion, Jack Swagger.
And Swagger has since slowed this match down and is using a wrestling hold as leverage against Zayn.
Sami, oh, spine first into the mat off the belly to belly. Looking for the cover. Here's Swagger, and just getting the shoulder up is Zayn.
Swagger popped those hips just like he would in his amateur days in Oklahoma. Get that extra leverage.
Whoa! Oh, thought he was going to go for an Apex Predator DDT there. Oh, and a suplex from Swagger.
It's not like he couldn't pull that off. There's a lot of things Jack Swagger can do in the ring. I like to call him a 5-tier talent. He's got speed, explosiveness, size, strength, and agility, and he uses it all when you compete against him.
Jack Swagger is an absolute monster. This is a man who I mentioned before won Money in the Bank in 2010, and most recently won the Elimination Chamber. Alex, that match, the Elimination Chamber, speaks volumes about a man.
Yeah, I mean, that is such a brutal match to be in, and you're in there with the top.
Oh, wow! Nearly took his head off.
With the top of the business, and if you can come out of there with a W, that is saying so much about your toughness as a WWE superstar.
Jack Swagger with a clothesline like we've never seen. And the official gets to a 4 count, and finally Swagger breaks the hold.
Zayn taking a big beating right here. He's caught by a couple clotheslines in this match by a 270-pounder. He's got to try to create some space. And that guy, that's not a 200-pound man there. That's a 270-pound, 6'6" guy leaning on you. And by the end of the match, if you're not careful, to wear you down.
Swagger ripping at the shoulder tendons of Sami Zayn here in the middle of the ring. And Alex, what do you make of Sami Zayn? He's had to compete against main roster talent week after week here on NXT.
Yeah, and hasn't always gotten the W, but I like to say this is like a college kid competing against guys in the NFL, like a college team competing against an NFL team and losing by only 2 points.
Sami, oh man. Swagger outside the ring, and the referee beginning his count on Jack Swagger as Sami Zayn has finally gotten to his feet.
And great ring awareness, great positioning by Zayn.
Sami, elevation, wow! A measure of a man cannot be gauged in wins and losses. It's in heart, it's what he brings to the ring.
And this is why Zayn has impressed all of the WWE brass. He's unique, he's a different type of competitor.
Sami with the upper hand for the moment, rolling all that dead weight, 275-pound frame of Swagger back into the ring.
And what a victory this would be for Zayn. He's one big move away.
Zayn with the crossbody. Look to the end. This might do it. Swagger stays alive.
So impressed with Zayn, week after week in the ring with the best in the business, and he is always there to the final seconds.
So close. So close to putting away a real American here. Well, Sami with another cover. This one could do it. No. Whoa. Dumping Zayn.
Late in the match.
Swagger might have it right here. Zayn gets the shoulder up.
He's going to need to find his wind again. That move takes a lot of your wind away.
Jack Swagger contemplating what to do next. Zeb Coulter in the corner looking on, but Sami Zayn hanging tough with the NXT Universe behind him.
Yeah, and Swagger redefining the phrase, size matters. Size mattered in that exchange.
Tremendous resilience and determination on the part of the sensational Sami Zayn, but still, Swagger continues the onslaught. Oh! Zayn with the cover right here. Swagger's up.
2 count on a former world heavyweight champion. And the crowd, as always, is involved in Sami Zayn late in the match.
Passionate crowd here tonight at the NXT Arena at Full Sail University.
Yeah, and Jack Swagger's been a known name for a long time, 5 years at least. And Sami Zayn is the one with the crowd behind him.
Zayn with all that international experience. He's been doing this for years and years and years, but nothing compares like locking up with a WWE superstar. Looking for the Patriot lock. He could get it in. Swagger. Sami somehow battling back.
Oh, the gut wrench.
Oh, big gut wrench powerbomb.
That could be it.
Another cover here. Spine first into the mat. Sami's up. Sami got the shoulder up. Swagger can't believe it.
How surprised do you have to be if you're a WWE superstar and you come down to NXT for a night off and Sami Zayn, a rookie, kicks out of your gut-wrench powerbomb? And again, every time this kid comes out, the crowd is so into him. He never disappoints. He's always worth the price of admission.
The straps go down for Jack Swagger, and he locks in the Patriot Lock.
I don't think I've ever seen the straps go down for Swagger.
Sami's stuck in the middle of the ring. Looking to use anything he can to get out. Oh my gosh, he may break the ankle right here.
Hang in there, kid.
Sami has to reach the bottom rope to break this hold.
Hang in there. I don't have a favorite, but I just don't want this thing to end.
Excruciating pain. Swagger trying to snap his ankle.
Come on, 2 feet away.
Finally he breaks the hold. Jack Swagger is stunned.
The damage has been done after that Patriot Lock was in there for at least 30 seconds to a minute, and Sami Zayn's quickness might be gone at this point.
Alex, I'd venture a guess that Antonio Cesaro was up at the WWE locker room and probably told, hey, Jack Swagger, why don't you go down and have a run at Sami Zayn? And I don't think Jack Swagger thought he'd get into this kind of fight.
Yeah, well, if he's a smart man, he wouldn't tell him that Sami Zayn gave him a run for his money, and Jack Swagger comes down here thinking he's got the night off and now needs to come back for another cup of coffee. He's got the I've never seen him with the straps down.
Looking to set up a Swagger bomb right here. Oh, Sami got his feet up.
Sami Zayn with 9 lives. Swagger has got to find a way to put this kid away.
Zayn on one leg, on one ankle. Oh! Boot first to the jaw, Swagger. He got it. He got it right here. No! This crowd on the edge of their seats as Sami Zayn is throwing everything he can think of at Jack Swagger.
Half a second away from defeating a very decorated former World Heavyweight Champion in the WWE. Your confidence has got to be booming right now. I love feeling the crowd. Even sitting here, I love feeling that crowd get behind this guy.
Sami has the big man on his knees, now trying to just pound away on the spine of Swagger.
Chop him down.
Perhaps looking to go high risk.
Yep. Zayn may think it's all or nothing here.
Zayn climbing to his perch atop the top turnbuckle.
Up there and hit it.
Swagger, oh.
Seemed like Zayn had a little bit of a hard time climbing because of the bad ankle.
Both men in a bad position here.
Wait a minute!
Oh, wow! Top rope powerbomb! Zayn's got it right here. He's got to be. No way! No way!
Look how Swagger rolls off of his back to his stomach there as soon as possible.
Wait a minute. Here's the NXT champion, Bo Dallas.
And they love him here.
Not too much.
He thinks they do.
Bo looks like talking to Sami Zayn, trying to cheer him on.
He thinks they're cheering for him.
Sami saying, I got this. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Swagger into the ankle lock. The Patriot Lock cinched in the middle of the ring, and Sami taps.
Not like this.
Here's your winner by tap out, Jack Swagger.
Another unbelievable match from Sami Zayn. He will fight anyone. He will take them to the very limit of what they think they can do in the ring. But Jack Swagger coming off what you might call a distraction from Bo Dallas.
Yeah, and I'm questioning what Bo Dallas's intentions are. Why would he come down? They're booing this guy out of the building, and he's coming down and getting involved in this match, and he was the one who made the difference in this thing.
Take
Here
another
you can
look at this.
Take a look back. Bo Dallas comes down with his NXT championship, allowing Swagger to lock the Patriot Lock in for the second time tonight. It took 2 Patriot Locks to beat Sami Zayn. What an effort.
The resilience by Sami Zayn to stick around in this matchup, but it looked like the ankle might have been broken there from Jack Swagger. Bo Dallas probably cost Sami the match, and Jack Swagger comes up with the win here in the NXT arena.
Yeah, it was size versus speed the whole night, and at the end, the ankle was the story. He was able to limit Sami Zayn's quickness by injuring that ankle with the first Patriot Lock.